Hello and welcome to Geek-lish, the language of geek culture. I am your host, Tim Agar, and joining me is my co-host. The only scapegoat she loves is a baby scapegoat. Heidi Bravo.
I do love that one. That's the best. I love baby goats.
Especially in pajamas.
I know, with a little bit. I told you that was cute.
That was adorable, yeah.
It was so freaking cute. When I first saw the video, I cried. I was like, oh my God, I want to be with play with them. Anyways, welcome to the podcast, everybody. To find out more information about our podcast, you can go to our website at www.geek-lish. You can also find us on Facebook at geek-lish and Twitter at geek_lish. And you can find our episodes on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, and Blueberry. Also, YouTube.
Is that it?
Yeah, I went really fast.
Yeah, that was fast. Yeah.
I know,
did
right?
Did you do Blueberry?
Yeah, I did.
Blueberry.
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 But I did it.
All right, firstly, gotta say hello to my buddy Oliver.
What's up, Ollie?
Hey, Bubs. I love you. You're the best. And have a good night. Go to sleep. Sweet dreams. Be good to mama, please. And I love you. All right. Some Coltrane. Let the sweet sounds of
the Coltrane
soothe you to sleep. All right.
Okay.
We're going to get sued.
I know.
Coltrane is going to come in and be like, guys, you played like 30 seconds of our song.
Yeah.
We didn't realize you guys existed still.
I know.
We thought you guys were dead. No, we're alive.
All right, so
surprisingly young.
So let's get into the news. We got a lot of shit to dig into.
We get a bit. Oh, well. We don't swear that early on.
Oh, sorry. We got a lot of stuff.
Too late. You already said it.
Dang it.
Yep.
All right.
Good
My
job.
bad. Sorry, Ollie.
Potty mouth.
Sorry. Sorry for all those who don't like potty mouths.
Yeah. Like your mother.
Oh, yeah. Well, she doesn't listen to our radio show.
Oh. I love it. I still have to refer to this as a radio show.
To your mom?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, I had to record my radio show.
My mom's like, I don't really.
That's nice to do.
I haven't listened to your radio show because I don't really know what you guys are going to talk about.
Yeah. It's going to be an hour of us just talking about our mothers.
I know. And my mom does not want to hear anything bad about Disney, so she would not like that at all. She would phone in a complaint.
Well, Heidi's mom, Disney, phone in. We're not live.
She'd phone in it to me. She'd call me.
Oh, she would phone in after the fact.
Yeah. Why did you say stuff about Disney?
What did they do wrong, Heidi Ann?
They're a beautiful place.
Heidi Ann Catcher Bobo. What has Disney ever done to you?
Except make your life a joy and beautiful place to be.
Fill it with magic. Yeah, because I'm alive, Mom.
Oh.
If I was dead, they wouldn't care.
Oh.
It's true, though.
Makes me sad about Disney.
I know. That's a bummer.
All right.
Still going to get their thing, though. Disney Plus.
I know. Still I don't care.
Still buying it.
Such a sucker.
Myself. But anyway, first story.
Yep.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
E3 Expo. Why am I talking about the E3 Expo? That shit happened like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
What the hell am I talking about that for? Well, I'll tell you why. Because apparently, E3 Expo, there were a bunch of leaks for the personal information of over 2,000 journalists.
Okay. So here's my question. Where did So the journalists basically they'll send in information that they're coming to E3.
Well, yeah, because they need to get like a journalist pass.
Okay, like a press
so
pass.
They need press. Thank you, a press pass, and with that they need
to give them a bunch of
information of who they work for and where they're located and all this stuff.
Gotcha.
So they have all this personal information for these journalists, and somehow 2,000 of them, over 2,000 of them, were leaked.
How did they get leaked? Like, how does that, like, I need to stop saying like. I sound like a 20-year-old. No offense to 20-year-olds.
Like
totally.
I mean, totally.
I used to be a Valley girl, so anyways.
E3's got to get their shit together.
You sounded more Valley girl than I ever did.
Well, I'm younger than you.
This is true. So, how did their stuff get leaked?
Well, let me tell you.
Okay.
Stop getting ahead of me, Heidi.
Oh, I didn't know you
do this a lot.
I know. I didn't know if you had the information.
Stop thinking I'm unprepared.
I know that you prepare. I don't know why I do that.
Well, according to Kotaku and the article by Maddie Myers, she wrote a spreadsheet containing the contact information and personal addresses of over 2,000 games journalists, editors, and other content creators was recently found to have been published and publicly accessible on the website of the E3 Expo.
Oh no.
So on the website, somebody, instead of making it private, somebody clicked that public button and whoop, right there.
Oh no.
And the personal information and personal addresses of these people.
Oh, that's
And
horrible.
that's frightening.
Yeah.
Especially like, I don't like the way they talked about my game. Go to their house and give them a piece of my mind. Please don't go to people's houses.
Yeah. Speaking of going to people's houses, I know I read a story about where Keanu Reeves. So we're talking about Keanu Reeves again because he's a national treasure.
He's a delight.
He's a delight.
He's a delight.
So, anyways, he has had two different women break into his house.
Break into his house.
Okay, one broke in when he wasn't there, was swimming in his pool.
Oh,
and then
that sounds familiar.
And then one broke in when he was there and was taking a shower.
Whoa.
That's creepy, right?
Yeah, that's creepy.
I don't understand the mentality because I could never go to some celebrity, even not even just a celebrity, anybody's house I don't know and go in their house, but especially a celebrity because I would feel it's even more of a intrusion because
it's gross.
It is because they don't
know you.
They really don't have privacy.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically like build forts around them so they can have privacy.
It's a bummer that a lot of people think that like they owe them something, which is the problem.
Yeah.
Especially, a little off topic, but especially when with Bruce Lee when he was still alive.
Yeah.
People literally scaled his wall because he had a wall around his house. Scaled his wall to challenge him to fights.
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. And he would fight them.
Would he really?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And he would kick the shit out of them.
Well, yeah, of
because
course.
he's Bruce fucking Lee.
Yeah, I know.
And, he's going to, and get you the hell out of there. He's not going to call security to remove you from his premises. He's going to remove you from his premises himself. So, but yeah, there were a lot of accounts where people broke, like, martial arts experts and all these people wanted to, because Bruce Lee was the master.
Yeah.
So, if some guy broke into his house and was able to actually defeat Bruce Lee, like it's a fucking medieval movie. Like,
I know.
I must defeat the king. It's like to beat Bruce Lee at a fight. Then it's like, oh my god, this guy beat Bruce Lee,
Serious
and then his
street cred.
name is like boom, right up there. And so, but
I never heard that, but
it
makes me sad. I mean,
they mentioned
to a certain extent, it makes me sad.
One of his documentaries.
Okay. To a certain extent, it makes me sad for celebrities because I know they lose their anonymity, and that's got to be hard. I can't imagine that.
It sucks, yeah.
And
especially when they have kids and like kids
and
are
family.
involved, and it's like, don't take pictures of my kids.
But some of these people who don't even have kids, they have their brothers and sisters and parents.
Yeah, they have family with them that aren't in the game.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I was actually did I hear a story? No, I think I was watching a video because I was watching a video on all the Marvel characters, and there was one about Chris Evans actually.
Right, his brother and his mother.
Yeah, but he was saying because he originally turned down the Captain America and the Marvel, and the Avengers movies. He just turned him down.
Oh,
and they asked him a few times. I think Downey's the one who got him to do it.
That sounds familiar. Like Downey actually called him and was like, "Dude."
Well, I think
do it.
What Chris Evans said is that. Well, it was kind of a joke for Downey said, he couldn't make a commitment. And he's like, he's saying, "Oh, okay, ladies, you can't make a commitment." But it was really what Chris Evans said is he said, you lose your anonymity and then it doesn't just affect you, it affects your family. Right. And you kind of have to have that understanding, and your family has to have that understanding.
You have to have really thick skin
to
do that.
You do.
And it was so funny to hear, like, because there are certain celebrities that know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And like Daniel Radcliffe, I guess on the set of like one of the last Harry Potter movies, he would wear the same clothes, the same shirt, same jacket, same pants every day.
Yeah.
When going to and leaving the set, because he knew that the paparazzi would be like, "Oh, he's wearing the same clothes." So they couldn't sell it as, "Oh, it was another day," because it was like,
"Oh, that's clever."
Because he wore the same thing every single day.
That's
so
clever.
It was like, we can't make any money off this. So they kind of started leaving him alone.
That's
and it
really
was like,
smart.
That's smart. That is a
He got
good
that shit
idea.
from Hogwarts.
Yeah.
He got his learnings from Hogwarts.
Motherfucker really is a wizard.
I know. But no, I find that's really, that makes me sad that celebrities are treated that way, because why are you going to go into somebody's house?
That's just weird. Like,
And
the whole
it's-
paparazzi thing is already kind of annoying to me.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like the paparazzi come with the territory, but people breaking into your house should not come with the territory.
But also, if say some celebrity, let's say Chris Evans or Keanu Reeves or whatever, they're out on a date with somebody. They can't have any privacy, and
Right.
it just seems to me.
That's why, like,
It's-
these guys take, like, Keanu Reeves taking a private vacation at an island with a mystery woman. It's like, yeah, no shit. He had to go to a private island because he couldn't fucking go to the Chili's down the street.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to say that he would go to Chili's, but I'm just saying.
He probably would.
I would go to 99.
He would probably enjoy a delicious taco at Chili's.
Sponsor me, Chili's.
But no,
love you.
it makes me sad that they
I love your hot plates.
But and also you get wackos, and I can
You get
imagine.
fucking nut jobs.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's-
absolutely.
especially with celebrities who think that
Yeah.
because they, like, say for instance, not Keanu Reeves, but let's say Chris Evans or Downey or Hemsworth, people feel so invested in those movies. They feel like they know them.
Yeah.
And you kind of think because we were talking about this psychological. I always think, why do you think you know them? How, do you not know that character is a character?
I think it's one of those
not
things where it's
him.
like that character, especially for like a movie that like a series of movies where you are you've been with these characters for so long, you've invested your time with these characters
Yeah.
on their journey.
Especially Marvel, where there was
And
already an investment in the characters.
Right, there's so much
anyways.
investment in there, and you see the characters growing, and you see them fall, and you see
see
them
their
get back up,
arcs
and you see
and-
their arcs, and you see all these things, and you get emotionally attached to them.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, like, especially if it's a character that's gone through something that similar to what maybe the viewer has gone through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, but it's there has to be some kind of psychological damage where you look at it and go, because I have those emotions as well, where it's like I get invested in these characters, but I know how to separate it. When a character does something stupid, I don't go on Twitter and go, "Oh, you're a piece of shit because of what you did." It's like I didn't do that.
You remember
the character did that.
Yeah, you remember on Walking Dead?
Walking to the character, the guy who plays the character Eugene got death threats
Yeah, and he also
because he sided with Negan. Like,
and also
guys,
he got yelled at with his family, where
Yeah,
they're
with his
like,
fa- it's like,
"Fuck you." And
fuck you,
he's-
Eugene.
And it's like,
Guys, I'm not Eugene.
I'm
I'm
a
an
cha-
actor who plays a character.
Yeah.
But the same thing happened with Chris Pratt because he punched Thanos and he ruined the plan, and then Thanos snapped, and it was like, it was your fault that everybody died. It was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's the character's fault. But like, people don't know how to separate it, and people are psychos in that kind of instance.
Yeah.
Where it's like, and you don't realize, because I mean, this has been happening for years. Especially there was an actress who
was murdered.
right
the
outside.
guy
went to her house,
shot her,
knocked on her door, told her how much he loved her, and then fucking shot her.
Yeah.
And it's like, how many more people are there in the world? And with the internet, you see how many more people there are like that. And it's like, wow, there's a lot more than I thought there would be.
Well, and if you think about it with celebrities, they have a certain amount of protection and security, but these journalists, they're just regular people.
Yeah,
So they don't have any of that.
Especially the people who are like YouTubers who
Yeah.
who get press passes to go there. It's just like people like you and me. If
Yeah.
we got a press pass to go to E3, our info could have been leaked,
That would,
and that would frighten me.
yeah, because Geek-lish is at my house.
Yeah,
Everything's
Geek-lish
through my
is
house.
yeah, so we would have put it at your
With
house
my address,
with
and
your
that would
address and everything, and that
make
would
me
freak you the
really
fuck out.
afraid. Yeah.
And there was even an instance where even YouTubers and Twitch streamers get what it's called getting doxxed, where somebody will post private information on the internet of a specific streamer, so that way they can get phone calls and emails and all this just
Why
terrible
do people
stuff.
do that?
And there
That's
was
horrible.
There was even a story of one of a very famous Twitch streamer called Dr. Disrespect, where he had somebody drive by his house and shoot at his house.
Are you kidding me?
While he was streaming. You can hear it very faintly in the background, and he's like, what the fuck? Throws his headphones off, because he plays a character, Dr. Disrespect. He has like a fake mustache and sunglasses and a fake mullet
Somebody
wig.
shot at his house?
And he has a wife and child at that house, and he came back and and it was serious because he was completely out of character. And it was like, somebody just shot at my fucking house. I gotta close the stream down. Sorry, guys. And shut it down. I was like, what the fuck? That is horrible.
And see, that's what I mean. Like, these people don't have the security that celebrities have.
Yeah, celebrities have a security, but these people are they're journalists.
That's
and
horrible.
Over 2,000 people potentially could
have their
privacy ruined.
So,
and out there for fucking weirdos to be like,
how long was it public? Did they put it to private after they realized, but it had already been out there? I mean, I'm sure people had already.
I think it had been out there for so long that
Wow.
I don't think they might not have even realized, because it's out. The fact that it's been so long that the story is out now,
Yeah.
is kind of suspect of how long did they know,
And here's
or how long did they not know is the real question. 'Cause
Right,
I'm
and-
sure if they knew, they would have been like, shit, shut it off now.
And it seems to me like E3 would have a certain degree of responsibility for
Absolutely, because
anybody's safety
because
that's compromised.
E3 used to be just a 100% journalist-only event. Fans could not go. Only recently, in the past a handful of years, have they opened it to the general public. I mean, it's
Oh.
still a shitload of money,
Right.
But only recently have they opened it to the general public.
Wow.
So it's still, for the most part, a media event.
That's scary.
And that's the scary part of it is that like this isn't the first time you guys have done a media event. So why is this happening? Like, how the hell did this happen?
Yeah.
Like,
Do you have an intern?
that guy's fired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, that
He better be.
guy or gal is fired. But anyway, the article continues. The Entertainment Software Association, the organization that runs E3, has since removed the link to the file as well as the file itself. So they just completely erased all of it, which is a good move, but
It is, but
it's a little late.
yeah, people have already downloaded it,
But the
screenshot it.
information has continued to be disseminated online in various gaming forums, which is just
Horrible.
shame on the people who are continuously spreading it.
Yeah,
Those are there's a lot of stories here that could be segmented into the asshat of the week.
yeah, or many asshats.
Or many asshats of the week.
Yeah.
Pretty much this entire episode is asshat of the fucking episode.
Yeah.
Asshat of the month. But it's the
my
entire episode. But yeah, so while many of the individuals listed in the documents provided their work addresses and phone numbers when they registered for E3, which would be the like Kotaku and Game Informer, any big game journalist.
Yeah.
Many others, especially freelance content creators, YouTubers, people like us,
Yeah.
seem to have used their home addresses and personal cell phones because they don't have an office,
Yeah.
which have now been publicized. So the people who work for big companies,
They're probably
they're fine.
Yeah.
Because the companies are going to get the emails, the companies are going to get the shitty letters in the mail, but these, like, their home addresses are released. Their home
That's so
phone
scary.
numbers, cell phone numbers are released. I mean, it's easy to change a cell phone number. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. But your
yeah.
address is out there. You
Yeah.
can't fucking just change your address.
No.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I would be so pissed.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, which have now been posted. The leak makes it possible for bad actors to misuse this information to harass journalists, which is the fear that we had mentioned. Two people who say their private information appeared in the leak have informed Kotaku that they have already received crank phone calls since the list was publicized. So it's already fucking. There are assholes everywhere.
Yep.
And it's never a surprise when an asshole does something that an asshole would do.
It's not surprising, but it is surprising because you think because I don't think like that.
Right,
So
yeah.
When I see people do that, I think to myself, why?
Like, haven't we grown as a society
Yeah, why
that
would
we
you do
stopped
that?
crank phone calling people?
Yeah.
Like fucking children?
But why would you continue to post their private information?
Yeah, that's another
And-
thing. It's just like, yeah.
And my thought is, I wouldn't like somebody doing that to me, so I wouldn't do it to them.
right.
So
But
why?
that's the thing is, like, it was probably YouTubers that people don't like or people disagree with. And the thing with, especially today, if you disagree with somebody, they might as well have, took a shit on your fucking dead relative's grave.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
You
like,
can't disagree.
I can't just disagree with you. I
No.
can't say that a video game is a score of a 5 because
No.
it wasn't great.
There's no respect.
But to you, it was a 10. It's like, if you loved this game, great.
Yeah.
As a journalist, it was a 5.
Yeah.
There's plenty of movies that I adore, but I recognize that they're garbage.
And there's movies I adore that you say are garbage.
Yeah, but I don't. I give you shit for it, but playful shit. I don't mean it.
I cry a little, but that's okay.
Well, then I've done my job.
Whatever, Tim.
Because you should be ashamed of yourself for making such terrible movies.
I knew the truth would come out.
Oh, yeah, now that we're live. No, we're not live. I don't know why I said that.
You always say we're live.
I always say we're live. We're not live.
I don't know.
If we ever go live, Jesus Christ, God help us all.
Then you won't say we're live.
Yeah, then I won't say we're live.
Yeah.
It'll be like, are they live? They were live that one time. They didn't say it. So the existence of the documents was first publicized in a YouTube video that journalist Sophia Narwitz posted to her personal channel on Friday night. In her video, Narwitz described how the file could be accessed, which was a stupid fucking thing to do.
Why would she do that?
Why would you do that? Why would you be like, so this is how you go to the file, this is how you open it?
So she's just as guilty.
She's just as guilty because she spread it.
Yeah.
She put gasoline on the
Why?
fire. I don't know why anybody would even think to do. I don't know why anybody would think that would be a good idea to do.
That's so obnoxious.
If you're gonna make a video and be like, this stuff was leaked, and just to like how we're doing, that's one thing. But to be like, okay, so here's a step-by-step way to find that list, just to see how shitty E3 is. Like that. First off, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Because, so this is what she said. On the public E3 website was a web page that carried a link simply titled Registered Media List. Upon clicking the link, a spreadsheet was downloaded that included the names, addresses, phone numbers, and publications of over 2,000 members of the press who attended E3 this past year. Why would you fucking say that? Why would you say the name of the file, what it's called?
She should be ashamed of herself.
Absolutely. If anything bad happens to anybody,
It's partly her fault.
it's partly, and she should be partly to blame.
Yep.
Because she openly spread.
Yeah.
E3 should be to blame because it was their initial mistake.
Yep.
But it wasn't intentional on their end. But they are still to blame.
They're the majority to blame.
They're
because
still to blame.
They had a certain amount of
Responsibility to keep this stuff private.
Yep.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. But she purposefully fucking said this.
Yeah.
It wasn't a mistake on her end. She
Nope.
was like, all right, this is how you get it. This is the list that you're going to click. And when you click on it, you're going to get all this information. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Why would you? What an idiot. Ass out of the way. So again, the E3 website has since been updated to remove this link. So it doesn't work anymore. But cached versions of the site do indeed show that a link titled Registered Media List used to appear on a helpful links page. For some time yesterday, even after this page was removed, clicking on the link in the easily accessible Google cached version of the page would download the spreadsheet from the E3 website servers.
Are you serious?
From the fucking servers.
So that's why they had to go in and take it completely out.
Oh, yeah. Because they probably removed it, and then it was like, oh, man, this is still in our cached files. We have to actually remove it. I mean, I don't know how any of that works, but I'm sure the robot could school us.
I know.
Because he's well-versed in...
Sorry.
And said, what are you doing? Now it's not the time, Heidi.
Sorry.
That's right. But so Narwitz continued on to say, before even considering making this story public, I contacted the ESA via phone within 30 minutes of having this information. Narwitz continued in her video. Worried that might not be enough, I also shot off an email not too long after. On top of that, I reached out to a number of journalists to make them aware of this. So it's good that she did that. To be like, hey, just so you know, this shit is out there. First, why would you post that information? You should have just did the things you just mentioned you did.
Yeah.
You should have just called the ESA, and you should have just sent emails to, or called the, a handful of journalists to be like.
Why did she do both?
Huh?
Why did she do both?
Yeah, she should have just done this one. There was no need to. I mean, if you're gonna do a video just talking about why that this thing happened,
but
not how you can fucking do it.
But the fact that she called them to tell them that it was there means she knew it was a problem, and she still posted.
Yeah, and she still posted. That's right, and she still posted the video on.
What a fucking idiot!
Yeah, what a moron. So one reporter who asked to remain anonymous, doesn't really matter because your information is out there.
Yep.
Told Kotaku that he had been one of the people Narwitz contacted before publishing her YouTube video. So thanks for the warning,
And then
you posted the fucking video, you asshole.
Yeah.
So that reporter says that Narwitz told him she had first learned of the document's existence because someone had emailed her anonymously to say that they had discovered it and downloaded the information. After receiving this email, Narwitz purportedly then confirmed the file's existence herself, which is something a reporter should do.
Yeah.
Which is okay. The reporter, who says Narwitz contacted him, told Kotaku that he had cautioned Narwitz against publicizing any information about this spreadsheet until after it had been removed by the ESA. That reporter then contacted an ESA representative himself. After that, the direct link to the file was removed from the website. Unfortunately, the file itself was still accessible to anyone who knew the link or could find the Google cached version of the page.
Which she told them how to find.
Which she fucking told them how to find.
Yeah.
So good job, jackass. So after the page containing the link to the file was removed, Narwitz published her YouTube video about the leaks, seemingly believing that the file was no longer accessible.
Okay, so to be fair...
Okay, devil's advocate.
Yeah, devil's advocate. If she thought that it was removed and didn't think about the cache, because that makes sense. Why would she?
Why would you think about it? She's not a robot.
She probably thought it's okay to.
This is now safe to mention.
So maybe she's not the ass. Maybe she's not an ass.
I don't know. I still feel like there's still no reason to in detail explain how to find the fucking information.
True.
The fact that this information was out there is enough information that anybody needs.
That is true.
Because if you say that, because here's the thing, your listeners or your viewers don't know that information was deleted.
Right.
So you're going to tell people this is how you're supposedly supposed to find it. So smart people are going to try to find it.
Yeah.
And, it's not on the website. Let me see if it's in the cache. Oh, it's in the cache. Boom.
Okay.
Release.
And she could have rechecked it just to make sure that everything was...
But it's still, it's still 100%, it's still 99% E3's fault.
Right.
I still feel like she's at least 0.5% to blame.
She has some
blame because
Yep.
I don't know. You could have still mentioned the information without releasing every single bit of information.
Every step.
You didn't need to mention how to step by step ruin people's lives. You could
Yeah.
have just been like, people's lives have been ruined. Here's how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah,
Why are you doing this?
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense on why that information just didn't need to be said. Soon after that, users noted on social media that although the link to the file had been removed, the spreadsheet file itself was still accessible. So, boom. So, again, like I said, people probably went to find it to confirm or just to see if they could find it and then found the spreadsheet.
Yep.
Because it wasn't really, it was removed, but not fully.
Yep.
As E3 thought they had done, which is, again, why, like in the beginning of the story, they 100% was like, just fucking burn it. Just remove the files.
They completely botched this.
They did. They fucked
didn't
up
even handle it
bad.
well after they found out they didn't handle it well.
I thought if I thought E3 was dead, was soon going to be something that doesn't exist anymore after Nintendo not going there and doing their own thing,
And
after
Sony.
PlayStation not going or
Yep.
Sony not going there to do it. It's like an E3 kind of being underwhelming for most of who went there. If I was a journalist, I would not go next year.
No.
Because I'm not going to have my information leaked. If I was one of the lucky ones who didn't have their information leaked, because I'm sure more than 2,000 journalists went to that E3 showing. If I was one of the lucky ones, I'm not taking the chance next year.
No.
Well, we fixed the issue. Did you? Because last year, we didn't think there was a fucking issue.
And then when you thought you fixed it, you really didn't fix it.
And then when you thought you fixed it, you only fixed the surface problem. You didn't realize that underneath, it was gangrene and the foot needed to be fucking removed. You just put a Band-Aid over the cut. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and does E3 have a response to all this?
I'm not really sure. If they do, it'll be later on in the
Okay.
But so far, I haven't seen anything. Anonymous reporter told Kotaku that he then contacted the ESA a second time, and at that point, ESA deleted the file from its website. So that after the second call, it was like, all right, we'll look in more deeper into it, find it, and then remove it. So, yeah. However, Narwitz's video had already unwittingly publicized the existence and continued availability of the file, the contents of which continue to be shared online. Continue to be shared online, which is just shitty.
It is.
So the ESA provided Kotaku with a statement about the leak. So, to answer your question, yes.
Okay.
So the ESA was made aware of a website vulnerability that led to the contact list of registered journalists attending E3 being made public. Once notified, we immediately took steps to protect the data and shut down the site, which is no longer available. We regret this occurrence and have put measures in place to ensure it will not occur again. Okay. That sounds like a very...
Boilerplate answer.
Yeah. Well, it's a better word than I would have used.
I was looking for less cussing.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say like a very lawyery answer, but yeah, boilerplate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ESA representative declined to respond to Kotaku's other questions about why the file was not properly password protected,
Yeah.
how long the file had been available to the public, and whether this was the way the journalist's personal data had been treated by the organization in past years.
Ooh.
Update on August 3rd, 2019, 4 p.m. Narwitz confirmed this timeline of events in an email to Kotaku. She also specified the extent to which she had attempted to verify that the spreadsheet was no longer available when she uploaded her initial video.
So wait, she did try
She
to
did. So apparently she did try to see if it wasn't there. But she failed because it still was there.
Yeah. So how did she
didn't
try?
Really, so she didn't really. She probably went. Let me read what she had said here.
Okay.
Before I even considered making a video, I went through steps to confirm it wasn't available. I had an Internet Archive search that revealed nothing, and the page had been 404'd. Obviously, it was still cached elsewhere. This I wasn't aware of until the video had already been spread.
Okay, so she didn't think about the cache part. I mean,
Correct.
why did she make a step-by-step anyways, but she didn't think about the cache part. So maybe she's not as bad. I mean, she still shouldn't have, but I don't know. I was really angry before, and now I'm like, shit happens.
Yeah. So Narwitz went on to note that she did consider removing the video, but chose not to.
Okay, well, now I'm mad again.
Yeah.
Now we circled the corner.
God damn it. So the reason I ultimately didn't is because of my belief this file was about to leak in the coming week. That's not an excuse.
So you leaked it first, so you could be the first?
It really was only a matter of time until it found its way to whatever websites would play host to it. And so being my video was warning people, I ultimately decided it was best to leave it up.
It's not warning people.
No,
it was.
Well, it technically was a warning, but you still gave detailed information on how to find the fucking file. Yeah, so just because, this would have been leaked anyway.
That's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse to say, I'll just leave my video up. That says how to leak it.
If I randomly found...
Because you don't know the future. You don't know that as a fact. That's substantial information.
Yeah.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Substantial. May I treat the witness as hostile? You fucking idiot. What were you thinking?
But also, if I randomly came across the address and phone number of a politician or a celebrity or a musician or an athlete...
I would contact them immediately and be like, hey, not a crank call. Your shit's out.
And then
do something.
That would be the last I would do with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't... I mean, if I was a journalist, I would post it like, hey, information is being leaked. But I wouldn't show you how to fucking leak it.
Well, and I wouldn't... she might as well have posted the information.
Yeah.
And to me, that's...
Well, I went to the website.
Really...
I did a blanket search. The website was 404, so I figured it wasn't cached. Okay, your ignorance is fine, but really, you're a journalist. Your ignorance isn't allowed here.
Yeah.
Because as a journalist, you should know to dig.
Yeah.
Dig as far as you can until you can't find it. You don't do a blanket surface search, see that a page is 404'd, and the fact that you don't know as a journalist that shit can be cached somewhere else, you shouldn't be a fucking journalist.
It almost feels like she wants to have some kind of plausible deniability.
And the fact that you're calling yourself a journalist
is funny.
You're not a journalist.
It's
you're
laughable.
a YouTuber who does. I'm a dude in a basement telling stories. I'm not a journalist.
What?
I wouldn't count myself as such. That was a good one, huh?
There's too much tequila in there.
Yeah. But anyway, so here's another update on August 5th.
Oh, the next day. Okay.
The next day? Well, 2 days later.
2 days later. Okay.
On Monday, the ESA emailed a notice to people who attended the E3 convention in 2004 and 2006. That's not a good sign. Stating that in the cause...
So it did happen before.
Well, hold on. In the cause of our investigation, we learned that media contact lists from E3 2004 and 2006 were cached on a third-party Internet Archive site. These were not files hosted on ESA servers or on the current website. We took immediate steps to have those files removed, and we received confirmation today that all files have either been taken down or are in the process of being removed from the third-party site. We are working with our partners, outside counsel, and independent experts to investigate what led to this situation and to enhance our security efforts. We are still investigating the matter to gain a full understanding of the facts and circumstances that led to the issue.
Okay.
So,
to be fair, they didn't have to
go back that far.
And they didn't even have to acknowledge that was a thing.
Yes.
Nobody would have known.
So
that's pretty cool.
I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad they were like, all right.
There's transparency,
and I'm glad
I like
they
that.
emailed everybody in the list and was like, hey, listen, 2004 and 2006, we were using a third party. We contacted them. We made sure it was completely erased.
Yep.
So just a heads up that's happened.
Yep.
Let us know otherwise.
Yep.
So it's good that they followed through with that story.
I do feel better that since they acknowledged 2003 and 2004 and 2006,
yeah.
They did not have to acknowledge that.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Because nobody would have known. That makes me feel good that they're really taking this seriously.
Yeah. Well, Kotaku did ask about prior years.
Yeah, and they didn't respond.
They didn't respond, but probably because
they were going to do
they were looking. They were in the middle of looking.
True.
There's no need to respond if I don't know an answer.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not going to give you something that I don't know.
Right. Right.
But the fact that they gave Kotaku that information as an update of like, hey, Kotaku, just to let you know, we emailed these guys about 2004, 2006. So we're answering your question now. Yeah. So I take back my previous statement of no answer is an answer.
Got it.
They actually did answer. Okay. And it was, I feel like, a responsible answer.
Yeah.
A lot more responsible than that lady.
Yeah.
Who I feel like was just an irresponsible girl who was like, I'm a journalist.
Oh my God.
And that was our first. Might as well have been.
All right.
But anyway.
What's this next one? You didn't tell me.
This next one's weird.
You didn't tell me anything.
So the next one is, I titled it, hashtag boycott Borderlands 3 debacle.
Oh, Borderlands 3.
Yeah, Borderlands 3. Again, what's going on with Borderlands 3? All right, here's the thing what's going on with Borderlands 3. So, according to articles from thegamer.com by Sean Murray and boundingintocomics.com by Spencer Bakuli, there was a situation where hashtag boycott Borderlands 3 is trending on Twitter, and it's been a thing for the last maybe couple of days.
Okay.
And this is the reason why. Borderlands 3 comes out next month, and people are understandably stoked. It's been years since we've heard the best looter shooter franchise around, and we're all desperately trying to gobble up any morsel of info that we can get before release day. So, and leaks, any little tidbits that we can get.
Yeah, everybody's excited.
Everybody's excited for shit like that. One particularly good source of leaked info was YouTuber Supmatto, Supmatto. Now, he has a channel that's filled to the brim with Borderlands-related content, and while a lot of it is discussing Borderlands lore and Easter eggs from previous games, a significant portion was related to Borderlands 3, new stuff and all that stuff. At issue was some of the information being provided by Supmatto and how he was providing it. According to Take-Two Interactive, the parent company for 2K Games and Borderlands 3 publisher, Supmatto was selling leaked information on his private Discord server in exchange for $5 membership to his YouTube channel.
What? Wait, How did he get leaked? What?
Yeah. So additionally, several thumbnails being used for his account were taken from various Twitch streams that Gearbox has been using to test their Echo Cast streamer integration features. So here's a little bit of background. Gearbox is doing this thing where they're working with certain Twitch streamers for the new Borderlands game, and this has happened with other games.
Are they playing out bugs?
No. Where they'll like kind of like exclusive rights of like, hey, we'll give you the game early to stream on Twitch.
Oh, so so people can do like playthroughs.
People get excited about it. Like, oh man, this game comes out in like a week, and this my favorite Twitch streamer has it now, and he's showing early footage. Great.
Yeah, because this is about a month away, the release.
Yeah, so people are like super excited, frothing at the mouth for this thing.
Yeah.
And apparently, this guy Supmatto had released this information, and he had released a video telling, quote unquote, his side of the story, where the company of 2K, Take-Two Interactive and 2K, sent, I guess, lawyers or something to his house, or investigators to his house to ask him questions about how he got this information.
Oh.
So he posted this thing as like, yeah, these guys came to my house and asked me all these questions, and pretty much sounding like, I'm the victim here. So Twitter erupted with boycott Borderlands 3 because, how dare they send somebody to somebody's house about that kind of thing, and whatever the fuck, they're going too far with it and all that shit.
No, if he's pirating somehow, because what if somebody hacked into? This is always the fear with movies.
Yeah,
this is always the fear with movies, that people are going to hack into systems and then steal, because it's happened with movies where they've stolen sections of movies.
Yeah.
And it ruins it for everybody. I mean, I guess I get that you want a little glimpse, you want a little nugget, you want to get real excited, you want to know, but there's an excitement to not knowing everything.
Well, the same thing happened with X-Men Origins Wolverine, where that movie, it was leaked several weeks before it was actually released in cinemas.
Okay.
And it was released with unfinished effects. So, like, the claws weren't there, and, certain special effects things
So you
weren't,
just see people going, what the hell?
Yeah, certain special effects things weren't finished.
Right, yeah, because they put them in after.
But people understood that, because
Right.
they were like, it's a pirated thing. So the studio had to rush to get the movie out, because now it's like, we got to get this movie out now because it's been pirated. It's out now.
Ugh.
We have to make some money off this fucking movie. And that's why the effects in the movie are very subpar. Because they rushed it and they had to, which I don't blame them, because they had to, but it's, the effects are not very good, but because it was leaked by somebody else,
They had to hurry up.
they had to rush to get out there to make some money out of it.
See, that hurts my heart, because...
And it hurt the movie very significantly.
Yeah.
Because it was not...
a great...
It was not a great movie regardless, but I mean, the effects were, knowing what I knew, I didn't take the effects. I wasn't as critical with the effects as I usually am.
Yeah.
I mean, I was still critical with the storyline, because it's like, you didn't have to rush the story.
Yeah.
Because that shit was done.
I think it hurts my heart when they do that, because
you're not only
I
hurting,
like surprises. I like not knowing everything. I mean, I like little nuggets that make me go, ooh. Yeah. But not.
There were certain like movies and games where like I skip the trailers because I don't want to see anything.
Yeah.
Because especially now, where like trailers show you like pretty much the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like I saw a trailer the other day and I was like, oh, I just saw the whole movie. Great, thanks. Like, it had the twist and like the huge plot and even the ending, and I was like,
did it though?
It did. It seemed like it did, and it was so funny because even the comments were like, oh, I just saw the whole movie. I was like, I feel the same way. I just saw the whole fucking movie. Like, why would you do that?
I kind of...
What happened to movies where they only showed like the beginning fight? Like, they did it right with the final Avengers movie, where every single trailer was the first 20 minutes of that movie.
Yeah.
Or first 15 minutes of that movie. So you were actually
never knew
not
what was
seeing
going to
anything.
happen. Yeah.
Everything you saw that was potentially spoilery was the first 10 or 15 minutes of the movie. So you weren't actually missing anything. Why can't movies do that?
Yeah,
do that more.
I actually watched a trailer today for a movie. I do want to see it. I think it's a Sundance movie, so it's like, it's one of those little...
Yeah.
It's called Peanut Butter Falcon, the Peanut Butter Falcon.
I've never heard of this. This sounds interesting.
It's got Shia LaBeouf in it.
Okay.
Dakota Johnson. And then a guy who's actually, not sure of the right term, but he's...
Mentally challenged?
He's mentally challenged. And it's where he wants to be a wrestler.
I've seen this. I've seen the trailer, and it looks beautiful.
So good.
I want to see that movie so bad.
I do too.
It looks so good. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf plays his friend.
Well, he's not. He meets him.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
And then they become
because
friends.
he runs away. The kid runs away.
Yeah.
Meets Shia LaBeouf, and Dakota Johnson is the sister.
Is she the sister?
She's a sister. She's a relative. She's a relative to the kid who wants to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
And her and Shia LaBeouf. Obviously, it looks like they might have a relationship. But it's like, let him do it. Let him have his dream. Like, he's not. And it's like, what a beautiful movie.
It looks so good.
I want to.
You know who I thought it had in it too?
I already know I'm gonna cry.
Oh, I'm so gonna cry.
It's one of those movies that I know
I gotta
he's gonna wrestle, and it would just be like, he's doing his dream.
He's making his dream.
He's stream a thing.
I think that the guy who played Shane, who was at E3, I think he's in it. I think he drives like a Trans Am with like open. It's got T-tops.
I think you're right.
I saw it. It was really quick, and then I was going to rewatch it.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Yeah, I don't know who he is in the movie, but I think
he just probably gives him a ride or something.
Probably gives him a ride, or hopefully he's not.
It looks really good. You know, they're walking through a field, and it almost reminds me of Lord of the Rings, except Shia LaBeouf has a shotgun.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf has a gun with him. Yeah, well, he jumps trains and shit.
Yeah, so I really want to see that. But when they showed it, I thought, oh, I kind of know the whole thing, but I still want to see it though.
But not really though. Like I feel like with that movie, like you know the gist of the movie. Knowing
you don't know
how
if he
movies,
ends up actually
knowing
wrestling.
how movies are.
Yeah.
He's probably going to end up wrestling.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show that. The trailer that I saw was like, did they literally just show me basically the ending of the movie?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where they showed
the
like the hero like saying something to the villain, and then like they're fighting, and it's like that looks like the end of the movie.
I wonder if it is, or if they're just.
Oh no, I almost guarantee that it's the end of the fucking. Yeah, the way the trailer was like done, I'm like, that's
okay.
You showed me the movie. I don't know. I don't know what movie it was. I know that if I saw it again, I'd know it, and I don't need to go see it because I just saw it.
I don't understand the boycott Badlands because somebody went to his house. If he has pirate information, it's
right.
First,
well,
of all,
apparently go ahead.
First of all, it's due diligence for the company,
right,
to make sure that they're either legal representatives or what have you. Go and find out how did this happen?
Yeah.
They have to.
I don't see them doing anything on the wrong here.
No,
I think, like you said, it's
either.
them doing their jobs.
I think people are acting like this is...
Oh, the corporate man, like it's the 70s. Oh, the corporate man is bringing us down, man. You got to stay away from the corporate entities, dude. Fucking free love, man. Whatever, man. All information is free anyway, dude. You can't bottle up my brain. Like, fucking... Shut up, you fucking hippie. Oh my God, I am an 80-year-old man.
You are really.
Oh my God, I just realized I'm an 80-year-old man.
You are. No, I've been telling you that. I've been telling you
I know, but there are moments like this where I realize
that you really are an 80-year-old man.
Because I literally just yelled at hippies.
You really did.
Fucking literally just yelled at hippies. God.
And you called them hippies.
And I called them hippies.
Oh my God.
It was happening to me. all these stories are jading me up.
Oh my God.
But the whole thing was that because initially it wasn't known that he was selling the information.
Oh.
Initially, it was just I found thumbnails. I posted the thumbnails on my YouTube channel as news, and now the corporate man is coming to my house.
Lied.
So he fucking lied. And then it was known afterwards that, oh shit, you were selling this shit to your like Patreon people or whatever the hell.
Extra content for $20.
$5 fucking dollars.
$5. See, this is
you're selling corporate information for $5. That sounds illegal to me.
Pretty illegal. And also, I think that, people need to do their research. We've been saying this every podcast.
I feel like this is the underlying story of Geek-lish.
Yeah, do your fucking research.
I wasn't going to swear. I thought about swearing, but I was
we're an hour in, so we're good.
Okay, we're just going to... Are we?
Yeah. 56 minutes. But I'll cut out stuff.
There's a lot to cut.
Anyways, the simple fact is if you can't side this this is like when I said to you, you need to be on my side, and you said, see, this is where I get in trouble as a friend. I can't side with you because you're not logical.
Yeah, I have to side with logic.
Which I still take offense to, just as a
Sometimes
side
you're
note.
not logical.
Just a side note.
Sometimes you are logical, but you're only logical when the robot is not around.
I
and
know.
you mentioned that, and you're like, why do you only agree with me when Lou's not around? Because that's the only time you make sense. For some reason, when Lou's around, you become...
He throws me off.
You become this
He's so
giggling girl. Oh, I'm so in love. Whatever.
He's so handsome.
He's so handsome, I can't argue with him. He's got that hair and that beard. He's a robot.
No, he just... Because he comes up with stuff, and I'm like... But no, seriously, I think that people need to... See, people jumped on the bandwagon all of a sudden and thought that he was in the right, and then find out later that he was in the wrong.
Well, and I
wonder if people backpedaled.
I'm sure they did or didn't. I'm sure if they backpedaled, it was a silent backpedal. And like, I'm just going to stop talking about this. I'm just going to back away.
Nobody saw my postings.
Nobody saw that. We're just going to delete those real quick. Too bad they're cached somewhere else.
I know, right?
But anyway, this resulted in Supmato's Discord channel being removed and several copyright strikes being placed against him on YouTube. As a result, many of Supmato's Borderlands 3 content has been taken down, although not all of it, which you can review on his channel. I mean, you can. I wouldn't.
No. Don't give him any.
He seems like an idiot.
Yeah.
He declared that he is absolutely on hiatus from making videos while I figure out what I want to do to allow him to decompress with a plan to revisit his goals and options in September. Here's a goal for you. Maybe don't steal corporate secrets and then sell them.
Maybe don't pirate.
Yeah. Yar. Anyway.
Pirates are awesome.
Pirates are great. Except when you're this kind of pirate.
Yeah, that's the wrong kind of pirate.
Yeah. Old pirates are great.
Yeah, and shanties, sea shanties.
Yeah, sea shanties, and just make sure you have a lot of citrus. You don't want that scurvy. Scurvy.
Yeah, that's the disease we were thinking about.
Yeah, scurvy.
Okay.
Why were we thinking about scurvy? I don't know.
I said it's a vitamin C disease.
It's the vitamin C disease. Yeah, it's scurvy.
Yeah, scurvy.
Scurvy.
I know, our conversations are very odd.
They are, yeah. I don't know why. So anyway, while Supmatter remains a little disappointed in the situation, he also states that leaking the information was a bit of a shitty thing to do. Well, at least he admits that after being found out. That
I was going to say, after the
his information.
After the Men in Black show up, he's like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Here come the Men in Black. Yeah, those are literally the only words I know. Sorry, Will Smith. But I love the movie. It's ruined my childhood.
What's his name? Discord, Mr. What's his name?
Supmato. Supmatto.
Man, it's really hard to write when you've been drinking. Go ahead.
Jesus, way to admit that on live. Again, live.
Sorry,
we're not live.
We should call this Drunklish.
Fuck you, we are. That'll be the after hours.
After hours.
Join us after hours.
We'll play Coltrane.
Play some Coltrane.
We'll bring in Waldorf.
drink some vodka. Anyway.
Tequila, Tim. That's my drink. Tequila, not vodka. That's
I like
Tanya's.
vodka. Tequila, I can't even smell it.
Oh, it smells delicious.
Tequila?
I want like scratch and sniffs of tequila.
If I smell tequila, I want to puke.
Okay, have you ever gotten sick on it?
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why I stay away from it.
Oh, I love it.
I'm an adult and I know how to drink things.
Oh, I don't.
I was in the Navy.
This is true.
I cussed, fucked, and drank like a sailor.
I can't. You know what?
Should that be on the podcast? Remove that.
No, your son won't hear it. We're way too in.
I know, but I also have family though.
Oh, really? Oh.
Maybe remove the fuck part.
Okay.
I cussed and drank like a sailor. How's that?
I'll bleep it.
Cussed, drank, and made love like a sailor.
They don't make love.
I feel like that's even worse.
That is. That's like 70s porn.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, want to make love?
Brown chicken, brown now.
We have gone so far off the rails.
I know, and I can't reel this in because I've been drinking. Okay, anyways.
This is going to be heavily edited.
This really is.
But anyway, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to skip the third story and just go right to the asset of the week.
Really? Because it's a deplorable movie I wanted to say stuff on.
This is going to be a lot of editing, though. Are you happy with that?
I'm fine. I got a week.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be a lot to cut out, though.
So what?
All right, fine.
I don't care right now. I might care after when I'm sober.
Yeah. Because you seem you are red.
I am happy. I'm really happy.
You're not gonna be happy after the next story.
No, I'm mad. Let's do it.
I know we're gonna have a nice debate.
All right. That's what we need to do.
We need to have a nice debate.
We agree too much.
We do. You know what? We do agree too much.
We do.
We need to have a debate.
Yes, let's do it.
So since I've had time to so this is what he says. Since I've had time to reflect on the situation, I'd say excitement got the better of my judgment. And for those who will say I'm just salty, it got me caught or shut down or whatever, I'm a human being. Naturally, it's disappointing, but as an adult, as somebody who's thought about it, yeah, it was a bit of a shitty thing to do.
Okay, you know what?
I honestly
I'm going to give him that. I'm going to give him that because really...
Yeah, but I honestly feel like he's only saying it because he got caught.
Okay, here's the thing. I think he's reflective because he got caught.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that.
Okay, but I do think...
agree too much.
Huh?
I said, yeah, we do agree too much.
I know, we really do. See, we're agreeing right now.
Yeah.
It's like a trap we fall into. No, I think that we are very unforgiving to people. And when they do have redemption moments,
we have to forgive them for that.
Yeah,
we have to see that they see their faults and that. All right, I'm glad that you see that you did wrong.
Yep.
I'm glad that you're calling it a shitty thing to do and that you're reflecting.
For whatever reason.
But all right.
Because most of the time, let's be honest, most of the time when people reflect, it's because they got busted.
Yeah.
But if they truly changed, does it matter why they were reflective?
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I'm going to give him that. And if he's going to take a hiatus to kind of restructure his life and how he wants to do things, okay.
Yeah. Try not to steal things anymore.
You try not to steal things.
So following the trending of Boycott Borderlands 3 hashtag, Take-Two issued a statement to IGN claiming that the action taken against Submato was part of a 10-month investigation into Borderlands 3 leaks.
Damn!
And that the streamer is either lying or withholding information about the incident. This was during the video.
At the end of the day, whatever he has to deal with the Borderland folks is on him.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And I don't really care to know, or I am...
Those are drunk hiccups.
They really are, right? I'm sitting here trying to act really straight, and I'm not. But anyways, he has to deal with that with them, whatever.
Oh, yeah. That's between them and Take-Two and him and all that stuff. So this is what they said. Take-Two and 2K take the security and confidentiality of trade secrets very seriously. The action was taken as the result of a 10-month investigation in a history of this creator profiting from breaking our policies, leaking confidential information, and our product, and infringing our copyright. The information he's sharing about the situation is incomplete, and in some cases untrue. Not only were many of his actions illegal, but they were negatively impacting the experience of other content creators and our fans in anticipation for the game. Kind of like what you had said previously. Like, you want to be surprised by things.
Yeah. Well, and it sounds like they're going to take legal matters against him because they're saying it's illegal.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's
on them. But they also continue to say, we will take the necessary actions to defend against leaks and infringement of our intellectual property that not only potentially impact our business and partners, but more importantly, may negatively impact the experiences of our fans and customers.
They said intellectual property. I can't even say that right.
Intellectual property.
Waldorf's an attorney. Well, she passed the bar. She doesn't practice. But that's a big legal jargon right there. So they're probably going to have him pay back everything he sold.
As well they should.
And
because
more.
If he sold information, all that money should be reimbursed right back to the company. But
intellectual property, that's a legal term. That's a big legal term.
I know that. For the fans who don't. For the audience who doesn't know.
Sure.
Looking right in the eye and we're like, that's a legal term.
That's illegal, Tim.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
That's a term that lawyers use. You know what a lawyer is, Tim? They go to this big building called a courthouse, and they talk about laws.
Oh my God, my face
It becomes
hurts.
a Schoolhouse Rock song.
I
am a bill. Yeah, I'm only a bill.
Okay,
and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. I love Schoolhouse Rock. But anyway, hashtag Borderlands, Boycott Borderlands 3 began trending on Twitter with many users citing Take-Two's action as reason enough to avoid buying the game, which is just
shut up.
Which is just stupid.
That's a dumb.
Thank you. That's just a
somebody
dumb,
illegally let
Again,
information out.
This is the fucking hippies.
Yeah.
This is the fucking hippies. Oh, the man went to your house and told you not to free think, man. That's not cool.
Not to share the love,
not
man.
To share fucking information.
That everybody's entitled
information
to.
is for the world, man.
It's for the masses.
I sound like not Cheech Marin, but the other guy, Tommy Chong.
Tommy Chong.
When I do hippie, I sound like Tommy Chong.
You really do.
I just realized it.
Yeah,
come on, man. Whatever. Anyway, so others claimed, and with other reasons to steer clear of Borderlands 3, such as accusations from former Claptrap voice actor that Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford assaulted him in 2017.
We talked about that. Yep.
Or that Pitchford siphoned funds that were meant as bonuses for Gearbox employees.
And we talked about that.
We also talked about that.
Yep.
So the accusation of assault, I don't know that. That's he said.
Yeah, we don't know that
that's grain
happened.
of salt. I'm not taking that. The fact that he took money from Gearbox
that's
employees,
trackable.
that's I'm not. Yeah, I mean,
if
I'm not going to be getting this game.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's part of the reason. Other reasons are because it just looks like the same old game, and I'm just kind of tired of that kind of gameplay.
So unless
but
there's a video on the assault, we won't know that that's
unless there's
anything.
actual proof of that.
Yeah.
There's no. It's just accusations. But I guess there is proof about him stealing.
Yeah, because you can track that.
Because you can track that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that whole thing is just like, why would and then him being just like a little bitch to like,
He is a
why
little
do you
bitch.
say their game is bad?
Hey, wasn't he our asshat?
Yeah, he was because
Yep.
he was like, I didn't lie. Like you did lie though.
Yeah.
You said there were no microtransactions, but there are. You know what I meant.
But they're only
That's not how this works, stupid.
I know.
So those things like that are like, I'm not even gonna fucking bother with this fucking game.
No.
It's just this.
There's a lot of other games
Like I
that
said,
you want to play.
Yeah, there's so many. There's so like Nintendo is just busting out so many good stuff, and I got my new VR that I can escape the world in.
Man, I know I need that. I want to go on another roller coaster because it's the only way I go on roller coasters.
That's true.
It really
but
is.
isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
That you're like,
And it still
I
scares
hate
me.
roller coasters, but this is the only way I can experience a roller coaster.
And it still scares
and
me.
it still feels like you're on a roller
Because
coaster.
I was looking down, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
really far.
You seen the video of my mother?
Oh my God, that was hilarious. She was screaming. I love that video. You got to post that.
I got to ask her permission first. I don't want to just post it. I don't want her to get mad at me.
That's true. I'd get mad if you just
I don't want my
posted about
Portuguese
me.
mama to get mad at me.
I know, because then they
Portuguese
could put like
mamas-
a hard-boiled egg under your bed, and that means something bad, I think.
No, what? They don't do Portuguese people don't do voodoo. They just beat you.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm
She'll
in
just
the wrong...
take a chanela, which is a sandal, and just beat me with it.
I'm in the wrong place.
Or a wooden spoon. Yeah, this ain't Nolans.
Nolans.
They take a boiled egg and do shit with that.
Or just a regular egg.
Or what?
All right, let's get to the next thing, because I'm fuming.
Oh, Heidi's ready.
I'm ready.
In this corner.
But I've been drinking, so I'm going to be like really nice about it, because I'm a happy drunk.
Heidi, the baby goat.
Love it.
Turbo.
I love baby goats. They're so cute. I'm going to cry.
And in
I love them.
And in this corner, Timothy.
The Corgi.
The Corgi Agya.
That's the best.
No hitting below the belt. No personal insults.
No nipping at your
No
hindquarters.
nipping at your hindquarters. Yeah. No jumping off of the dog.
No freestyling.
No freestyling.
That's my thing, though.
Well, that's my thing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
All
knock
right.
it off. All right. So anyway, here's the next story. Here's a story from Fox News,
Oh, Fox News,
Which
because we
is-
know this is good
which
journalism.
is just going to be weird, by Brian Flood. Here's okay, the title of the story. Hollywood blockbuster that satirizes killing of deplorables causes outrage, demented and evil. In quotations.
This is the thing
This
we're
is
going to we're just disagree on.
We kind of disagree on this. I mean, I agree somewhat, but there are bits where I kind of disagree on.
Right.
So let me just read some of the story first before we start getting at each other's throats here.
Okay.
A controversial movie about privileged vacationers hunting quote-unquote deplorables for sport is ruffling feathers more than a month before its scheduled release and after tragic mass shootings in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. Now, I admit the time of releasing it is just really bad timing. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, I'll just continue. The Hunt, which is the name of the movie, is billed as a satire that follows wealthy thrill seekers taking a private jet to a
Liberal.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say that. Well, later on in the thing, it does mention that they're liberal.
Okay.
But is billed as a satire that follows wealthy thrill seekers taking a private jet to a 5-star resort where they embark on a deeply rewarding expedition that involves hunting down and killing designated humans. The Hollywood Reporter reported on Tuesday that Universal is re-evaluating its strategy for the certain-to-be controversial satire.
No shit.
Following the shootings after ESPN reportedly pulled a trailer for the film that had been previously cleared to air on the sports network. So they're kind of taking actions because of what happened in the real world. They're still taking actions to kind of be like, let's not show things now and let's kind of push that back.
Which I still have a problem with. I have a problem with that as well.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, right. I didn't know you had a problem with that. The violent R-rated film from producer Jason Blumhouse follows a dozen MAGA types who wake up in a clearing and realize they are being stalked for sport by elite liberals. So they mentioned it. THR's Kim Masters and Tatiana Siegel wrote, It features guns blazing along with other ultra-violent killings as the elites pick off their prey. According to the Hollywood Trade publication, characters in the film refer to the victims as deplorables, which is what Hillary Clinton famously dubbed Trump supporters during the 2016 election. The report noted that a character asks, "Did anyone see what our Ratker-in-Chief just did?" I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to even mean.
I don't know.
Yeah. At least the hunt's coming up. Nothing better than going out in the manor and slaughtering a dozen deplorables. A character responds, according to THR. One of the sensitivity, out of sensitivity in the attention on the country's recent shooting tragedies, Universal Pictures and the filmmakers of The Hunt have temporarily paused its marketing campaign and are reviewing materials as we move forward. A Universal Pictures spokesperson told Fox News late Wednesday. DePaul, I think his name is, university professor and media critic Jeffrey McCall told Fox News that the movie is harmful to a culture that surely needs messages of unity and understanding during the current climate, which is what you argue.
Yep.
It says something sad about the state of the entertainment industry that the movie ever got conceived and produced. Hollywood clearly thinks it is okay to stereotype so-called deplorables and set them up for a hunt, McCall said.
I don't agree with that statement.
Thank heavens some sensible outlets are pulling the promotional ads.
I don't think that I think lumping Hollywood into a group of people that would be okay with that being greenlit is a gross overstatement. It's ignorant and it's dangerous speak. Mm-hmm. Because it's not fair to say that Hollywood would be okay with that. I think Hollywood are liberal for the most part, and I think that liberals are, for the most part, wanting to bring the country together.
Right.
I think that conservatives have a different idea of how that should happen, and then there's a sect of the Conservative Party that is the ever-Trumpers, and they have a very, very different perspective of conservatism and even patriotism than regular, everyday conservatives. So I don't agree with that part of the statement. Okay. I don't think saying that Hollywood greenlit this, because every movie and every project is different. It's not like Hollywood just comes together as this mass and goes, "Yes, we bless this."
Yeah, just like what was that movie? The bed that kills people.
Deathbed. That Lou wants to see. Such a horrible low bait.
Deathbed. But that movie got greenlit.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure
and very
all
similar
the
movies got
were like, "Yes, we bless this with our."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Deathbed.
But I don't think that Hollywood just kind of blesses these things to happen. So I don't agree with that statement. It's kind of blanket and it's a little bit dangerous, in my opinion. In your opinion.
So The Hunt stars Betty Gilpin and Hilary Swank, who play characters who represent opposite sides of the political divide, according to Masters and Siegel, who added that it was originally titled Red State versus Blue State.
That makes me even more mad.
Political satirist Tim Young makes a living by poking fun at topical issues, but thinks The Hunt goes over the line.
Yes.
Why would anyone think it's a great idea to have a movie about hunting down someone who doesn't agree with them politically? It's remarkable to me that the left blames Donald Trump's rhetoric for violence, then literally spends millions to normalize the killing of people based on politics.
We don't know that the left did that, though. I really think this is a right propaganda movement.
Right. You have a I don't want to call it a conspiracy theory, but you have a theory.
Yes, I have a theory that this plays into the propaganda of the right.
Right.
But so I don't agree with that either. And honestly, I don't even know if it's the right. I have no idea who's putting their money behind this project.
Yeah.
I am a little bit disturbed that Hilary Swank signed on for this, because she's a great actress, and that makes me not respect her a little bit. But honestly, in the current climate, not even with the mass shootings that have just happened, but with the mass shootings that have happened since Columbine, this is so irresponsible. It is so incredibly irresponsible. There's no satire to this. When people in families cannot talk to each other because there's a hatred there that you don't agree with me, so I hate you. I fucking hate you, and I want you to die. It's not like, well, I respectfully disagree.
Right.
Okay, that's what he. Here's my problem. I pray for the Bush years. That's sad.
That is pretty sad. Because he wasn't all that great either.
No, he was horrible. But he was respectful. He was respectful.
He actually was. Yeah.
He was very respectful, and he has a great relationship with the Obamas. So he understood that even though we disagree on our politics, I respect you as a person. So at least he had that understanding. There was still that dynamic there that you can look back at the Bush years and go, I still respect him for that. I still respect him that he acted presidential, even though he said different stupid things sometimes. And even though I didn't respect his politics, you could still disagree with his politics, and it was okay. It was okay to disagree. Right. But now you can't even do that. So in the current climate where that's present, and then these shootings, this movie is negligent and dangerous, in my opinion. It's not just a movie. It's very, very, very dangerous. These movie makers have a responsibility, I understand, to tell a story. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there are certain stories people don't want to hear. And we are in a powder keg right now with emotion, and everything's politically charged. I just think this is so bad, but it's not bad just because of the recent shootings, it's because of all of the shootings. That's why I disagree with because of the recent. I disagree because of all of them. We have nothing in place to protect us from this situation at all. And I know we're going to dig into the next thing, so I'm trying to hold some stuff back that I want to say. Yeah. But I think I just have such a problem with this. It's not a creative... See, I understand when movie makers want to make a movie that might be uncomfortable to watch, but it's telling a story. It's telling a story that needs to be told, and sometimes stories should make you uncomfortable. Yeah. Because you need to see things from a different perspective, a different purview, a different, whatever than your own life story. But this is not a necessary story to tell.
Right.
It's horrible, and I don't know which side is funding it, so it's hard for me to say, but it just feels like a very propaganda thing for the right to be putting out there is, look what liberals are doing. It's like, liberals, I don't see liberals doing that because I'm a liberal and I would never, ever support this, ever. Right. So that's the way I look at it. And I went on a rampage, but I've been drinking, so go. I'm going to drink now.
Well, I kind of agree. But I also, I don't. There's a lot of. I don't think this is one of those movies where they're trying to tell a meaningful story. Clearly.
Then why tell it?
Why tell any story? Why tell any? Why make any movie that is just based on just like there are so many dumb popcorn flicks out there that really don't tell a story that is important to anything.
Let's take Deathbed.
Okay. What's the point of Deathbed?
There's no point of it. Right. But what does it hurt? Beds aren't going around killing people.
But aren't they? The elderly.
Sometimes I wake up and my back hurts like I'm dying. Yeah. But anyways, I digress. But it's not a dangerous thing. Like, it's a bed. Beds are benign. But I don't know. I'm petty.
But there are so many, even now, there are so many dumb action movies where the body count is in the hundreds.
Yeah, where it's excessively violent, and you're like, it's excessively necessary.
Right. But when you see those things, it kind of, for me anyway, I see whenever I watch like an action movie, like a dumb action movie where I can just shut my brain off, and it's excessively violent and it's just so stupid, like a Grindhouse movie, like Hobo with a Shotgun. What fucking movie does that tell? What story does that?
I don't watch those movies, so I don't know.
I watch those movies.
Yeah,
and they're entertaining to me because it's just because of how ridiculous that world is. It's just like it's such a ridiculous world that I don't know, like the premise and like the way the universe is and the way other characters are, even the way certain people talk. It's like, nobody talks like that. That's not how people use words. This is and sometimes when you see a movie where it's super like ultra violent and all that stuff, like sometimes I laugh at it of like, what, that wasn't even, why was that necessary? Well, and I laugh because I'm like, that was so overly ridiculous. Why would you even do that? Like a lot of Quentin Tarantino movies are like that.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can't watch him.
A lot of Quentin Tarantino movies are like that. Where
I know he's fantastic and he's got a cult following.
He's a fantastic director, and a lot of times, like with Django Unchained and with Inglourious Bastards, those were movies where, I mean, they had good stories, but the violence and the action were so over the top and ridiculous that didn't really need to be made. I mean,
Yeah.
those were stories that didn't really need to be told, but they were entertaining stories. They were still entertaining stories.
See, you like scary movies, right?
We've
talked about this.
I liked older. Yeah, I like scary movies. Yes,
I do not like. I do not.
Yeah, you hate scary movies.
I do not do scary
Right.
movies specifically, or excessively violent movies. This is why I didn't watch any of the Pulp Fiction or the one where the girl kills with the sword.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. I didn't watch those.
Yeah.
And I respect that people feel like they are cult classics and blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. But for me, the reality of the world around me is so violent and angry and sad and scary,
Yeah.
which makes me sound like an emo, which I'm not. Sorry, emos. But anyways,
I don't think they like to be called emails, by the way.
do they not? I don't know.
I don't know. I
I'm not
honestly
sure
don't
what the PC version is. Anyways,
I don't know what it is.
But
I think it is email. But go
there's too much of that stuff in the real world that
Right.
when I watch something, which I rarely watch movies and I rarely watch television,
Right.
when I do, I want to escape. That's why I buy books that I can escape to a different world, to a different place, to a different reality. So, and it's a reality that fits into something that makes me happy or comfortable or excited.
Yeah.
And scary movies and violence doesn't make me, because I look at the world. I mean, you can go on the news and see violence,
all the
over
time.
and over and over again. So I don't look at that kind of thing and think that's entertaining. I respect that people do, but that's a different thing than what they're doing with this movie, in my opinion. This movie is going to be violent, but
Yeah.
Blue State versus Red State, really? That was a name they were thinking?
I mean, it is a bad name.
It's a horrible name. If you and honestly, we have an administration that's separating us in a significant way, and then we're falling into that trap, so we're separating ourselves from other people.
Right.
That don't think like us. To have a movie come out is just another, because like I know people hate when people say, oh well, he's like Hitler, but Hitler put out propaganda films like this during his campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Where it made people, even cartoons,
He made a ton of movies.
yeah, even cartoons that made Jewish people like have look creepy with big noses.
Oh yeah, like
they were
giant
these horrible
noses
people.
and very kind of like
and
vampiric almost.
Yeah,
yeah.
and
I seen those.
to make people angry and afraid and suspicious of them, and this just feels like that kind of thing. It's very dangerous and scary and irresponsible in this current climate to make this kind of movie. It really, really does, and I'm very angry that anybody even thought of this. This is not satirical. This is not satirical. I knew there was another
word,
letters in
another
there.
letter in there.
There was another letters in there. I'm like, there's no slurring in that word. I'm sorry. Anyways, it's not satirical. I know that you think it's just a movie.
No, I'll just finish. I'll let you finish.
I've been rambling. You go.
Yeah.
You go.
I was gonna say I actually do see it as satirical because it's so the fact of how over the top it is that like a group of people would go on vacation to it's almost like how the Purge is of a movie,
Right.
Like how that movie is, and that movie's very not. I don't want to say that that's satirical because I mean that word can be used in so many different ways, but it kind of is satirical in a way of like how we view society and how it's like, oh, the rich upper elites are sitting in their penthouses allowing the poor to kill themselves. And it's kind of like that's kind of how what's happening in real life, in the real world. But it's so ridiculous that it's like I can see what they're I can see the underlying meaning of this movie. But it's just such a ridiculous movie that I don't see I don't see that kind of stuff happening. But it's the same thing with this movie. It's like it's such a ridiculous premise of people going on vacation to go to a vacation spot to hunt people that maybe they've kidnapped or maybe they haven't. I don't know. I haven't seen this movie. Mm-hmm. But it's like it's one of those things where it's like it's so ridiculous that like I can see where I can kind of see what they're trying to do here, where there's there's definitely a separation of ideologies and it's people who don't agree, but it's I don't know. For me I can see it as just one of those dumb things. It's another reason why I can laugh at comedians who tell super inappropriate jokes because I see where the joke is coming from, and I see it from its context, where they're trying to be edgy, and they're trying to make you laugh from an uncomfortable situation. And it's like, I understand that this is an uncomfortable situation for you, but sometimes laughing at it makes it not feel uncomfortable anymore.
Okay.
In certain instances. Like what was it? Gilbert Gottfried. He was at a roast weeks after the 9/11 attacks happened. He made a 9/11 joke, and it was a fairly funny joke. People booed him at the event.
Because it's not appropriate.
Because it wasn't appropriate at the time, because it happened so soon.
Yeah, that's not... I don't know that would be okay now. I think it depends on the certain people.
Yeah. It depends on the context of the joke.
Yeah.
And then he saved it by making this called the Aristocrats, this super disgusting joke about like a family just doing disgusting things to each other, and the audience was roaring with laughter. This guy literally just said something that the entire crowd booed at, and he saved it by making an even more uncomfortable joke about a son fucking his mother, and just like the father shitting on his daughter, and making these disgusting things, and then at the end of it, we're the aristocrats, and everybody was dying because of who told it. It really does depend on the person who's telling the joke,
and
how they tell the joke, and the timing of it. I agree with it. The 9/11 joke was too soon, which is, I feel like the movie that they're making now, maybe push it back a year.
This is another thing I'm thinking, you guys can't come up with anything else, really? There's no other stories to tell. Because I can, okay, for instance, there's a lady, she's a comedian. She played in Harry Potter. She's played in lots of things. She played in...
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. She was the lady in the...
She was a botanist teacher.
Yep.
I forget her name.
So she's hilarious,
I know.
right?
Oh, she's so fucking
She did this...
she's so
she did this tour of America because she disagrees with Trump supporters.
I remember, yes.
But she wanted to know why they support him and why they believe what they believe. And she said they're lovely people. And
she actually talked to them.
Yeah, she really talked to them. That's a story I want to see. Like, I'm tired of these stories. I'm tired of these separations. I'm tired of these dramatizations of them against us. It's exhausting. We've had it for over 2 years. I don't think that this story is a story that needs to be told because we see it in the media every fucking day.
Yeah.
What we need to see is something that brings us together. Something that we can hold on to, that we can remember who we are. It makes me angry that people are so either dried up and stale with no stories to tell, that this is... Because you even told me this was a story... This is already a movie that was made in the 80s.
Right, this was a movie in the 80s. I think it was called Most Dangerous Hunt, or Most Dangerous Prey, or some shit. And Ice-T plays a homeless man.
Yeah.
And he's kind of not kidnapped, but he's approached by these kind of rich people.
Yeah, he's coerced
into going to this cabin in the middle of the woods, and then they're like, all right, now we're going to hunt you.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm sure at the time, or I'm sure if that movie was made today, it would be a huge thing of, why are all these white people hunting a fucking black guy?
Because the timing matters.
But here's the other thing, is that if you watch the entire movie, that black guy annihilates all of those racist white fucking people. We don't know what this movie's ending is going to be. We don't know what... We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if the one of the people who's hunting the quote unquote the deplorables doesn't turn on her friends and kills them to save the deplorables.
But here's the thing: there's no win in this. Because let's say hypothetically the deplorables kill the liberals. Okay, that sends a bad message. It's also a bad message if the liberals kill the deplorables. There's no win here. This is just like the fucking tariffs that Trump's putting on video games. There's no win here. No matter how you paint it, it's going to be bad for each side. If you look at the people that support Trump, there's a vast majority of radical people that support Trump that will believe anything he says and will believe anything that says anything negative against him or the people that believe what they believe.
Right.
So they're going to believe this movie is like a fucking documentary of truth.
That's
dangerous.
Well, I agree with that, but even if you told a movie where Trump is the villain, well, that really wouldn't work either. But I mean, there's been so many movies where the story was bringing people together. There's so many of those movies, and they're really well made movies. I mean, yeah, they're obviously better well-made movies than this. This is schlock that's not really going to make a lot of money. Let's be honest.
I don't know, though.
Really, nobody's going to see it. I don't think it's going to make anything. Nobody's really going to see it. It seems like a really low-budget kind of one of those popcorn movies that isn't really going to make anything.
Then why make it? Why make it?
To make a movie for the fucking
But that's not.
I don't know.
That's not why movies should be made.
No, I agree with you. Movies should be made for a reason. But sometimes
there should be a purpose.
Sometimes movies get made for no reason, and they're all. And I mean, sometimes it's like, oh, this movie. There was no reason for this movie to be made, but I had fun watching it, or whatever the hell. It was entertaining.
That's because you and Lou will watch anything.
That's also true.
You will watch anything. I will not watch anything.
That is factual. But there's been so many of those movies that bring society together that society isn't being brought together. So I think we're giving movies too much credit of what they do. I mean, I wish movies had that much power to be like, yeah, we should be more together. But it happens for a week. I mean, every so often you hear these stories of people doing really good things, and it's like, oh, fucking awesome. Faith in humanity restored. And then the fucking week after, something shitty happens. It's like, God damn it, humanity.
10 things happen.
The fuck happened?
Like, oh,
but
gosh.
It's like, especially with those people, the ever Trumpers. I think you.
Yeah, they're called ever Trumpers. Yeah,
they're called. There's nothing that's going to be said or done that's going to change their minds.
No, and anything that amplifies their fire, which is this movie would amplify.
But it's the same
fire.
thing with the never Trumpers. There's absolutely nothing that's going to change the minds of never Trumpers to go against that. So really, in my opinion, I think this movie is just a benign nonsense fucking popcorn bullshit movie.
I don't.
That it's just a dumb movie. It's the only people who are upset about it are the people who actually have fucking brains.
That's me.
Yeah,
I'm upset about it.
Yeah, the people who are upset about it are the people who are like, this could cause a precedent. But it's also for the majority of the people who are on Trump's side who are complaining, and the people who aren't on Trump's side who are complaining. I think there's no way you're going to change their minds either way.
No, but I don't think this will change their mind. I think this will amplify their fire. And then you're going to see shootings of places where there's Democratic people getting together for, let's say, to see Pete Buttigieg or Biden or any of the 50 million Democrats that are running for whatever fucking reason. You're going to see shootings at those events, and it scares me. It scares me when I see these things happen, and well, we're going to get into the next.
Yeah, I mean, I see those things happening as well, but I mean, it's kind of speaking briefly of what the next story is. It's unfair to blame this movie for something that crazy people are going to do when the person that they're listening to is who's actually inciting these fears.
True, but I don't think we need to add fuel, is my point. I don't think we need to add fuel to a fire.
I agree, but I also don't think this is fuel, though. But that's where we
finally disagree.
Disagree. Podcast is over, guys. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
We're done. We're out.
Done. Fucking disagree with me. Fucking stupid baby goat.
Oh, I love baby goat.
Baby goats are adorable. I can't argue with it.
I know, especially
when they're in pajamas. They're fucking dope. They're
seriously
adorable.
You could not hate a baby goat.
You know what's better than baby goat?
Anybody who sees a baby goat in a pajamas and doesn't feel their heart tore at you don't have a heart. You have no soul.
And then you throw a handful of baby corgis in the mix, and I don't know why you're not crying.
Yeah, if you're not crying with happiness, you are soulless.
To mush, and we're like, this is the happiest moment of my life. I think it's a good place to end it.
Yeah, because my tequila's wearing off, and now my buzz is killed.
And the rambling. Where can they hear us, Heidi? Where can they hear us?
Oh, yes. Oh, hold on.
Jesus. So unprepared.
I have my thing here. It's upside down. Hold on. You can find our episodes at www.geek-lish. You can also find us on Facebook at Geek-lish and on Twitter at Geek_lish. And our episodes are also on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Blueberry, and YouTube. You can find all our episodes and videos. We only have one video right now, but you can check it out there.
Yeah. Also, I want to give you a shout out to Kyle Andrade again for helping us out with our sound issues.
Oh my God, you saved our life, Kyle.
Saved our lives.
And our sanity.
And our sanity.
And me from crying.
Yeah, and you can listen to his podcast, Dragon Ball Super Dope. He's pretty much everywhere where podcasts can be listened to.
Yeah, he really hooked us up on fixing our equipment situation.
Yeah, he helped us out, and he runs a really good podcast over there. And
hopefully we'll have him on the podcast soon.
Yeah, hopefully soon we'll have him on there, or vice versa.
And you'll be over there, yeah.
I'll be over there or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, so thanks for listening.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
We'll talk to you next time.
Stay nerdy out there.
Okay, bye.
Bye.